Hello! Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 25 of Arc 2 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and this is Scully, and collectively we play Klik, the level 8 Tohr-Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl. I play the human bard Flute, a.k.a. the Windrider.
And I'm Jordan Dahl, and I play the Moonboy, a level 8 Moonboy.
I'm Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly, the DM of this game, and I play everybody else.
Next week is our 50th episode, and it's going to be very special.
Holy
We've got some
shit.
cool stuff planned. Excuse me.
What did she just do? What was that?
I think she was trying to lick her own neck, which happens.
One of my favorite things.
Haven't we all?
Okay. You go
Just
first.
for our viewers,
back.
Scully nowhere to be seen in the 30 minutes pre-show. No Scully. Literally,
No Scully.
the second we go live, Scully's like,
She loves the
In
camera.
on the action.
She
Gotta
loves
get in there.
the camera.
She's gotta get in there.
She is a bit of a hog. Come here.
Are we
she
going
is there.
live? Is it time to go live? That's what I think Scully sounds like.
Is that her voice? Is she
Meow,
Russian
meow.
to you?
I
Bring
don't
me
know.
the camera.
All right.
that's pretty good.
All right. Next week is our 50th episode, and we're super excited. We have some things planned to celebrate. We're going to be doing a number of giveaways, and those are all going to be on our social media and in our Discord. So make sure that you are following us on Twitter and Instagram, and you are in our Discord. Those are open to anybody. You don't have to be a subscriber or a patron, although we appreciate them very much. So please join our Discord, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We're gonna do some cool giveaways, and they will be headed to you. In just a few moments, we're gonna play some 5e Dungeons and Dragons. But first, our show is brought to you by Big Top Production.
Big time.
Top.
Big top up, you big top.
It is soundtracked. It is live sacked by
Live sacked.
Jason Wardell.
Oh, Livesack himself. DJ
It's-
Livesack.
There's
sounds
some
like a-
chaotic ass energy
That
going on.
sounds
this
like a-
I'm
tonight.
so sorry.
Chaotic.
It was
Chaotic.
the
It's
cat threw
chaotic
me
good,
off,
though.
and we're here, and it was just all butts to start, and it's hard to do announcements when your cat is here. All right. And last but not least, our show is directed by Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions. And now for last week.
Moon. Last time on Better Than Heroes, on the planet Garden, the crew had captured the stronghold of the Bones pirates in hopes of negotiating the safe return of the Dinger and her crew from the pirates' clutches. The crew explored the Bones docks, the docks of the Bones. They visited the shop of the Bones command penguin Whipper and met her many children, Warble, Wobble, Isosceles, Buzz, Flex, and Keen, all of whom were in charge of the upkeep and sale of various items. K.A.I was terribly weakened by the influence of an anti-magic field given off by a beholder's eye in a jar. After convincing the penguins to turn the eye around, the crew got into some serious trade with Keen, the penguin weapon seller. K.A.I was taken by her skill for artifice, and the crew sold her Malakation's purified deathlands, as well as purchasing some beads of horse, potions, and a flaming mace. Afterwards, the crew visited the quarters which had been set aside for them and took a well-deserved rest. Moonboy had a terrible dream in which the moon was voiced not by Aaron Urist, but by some other fiendish usurper entity before going all Lovecraft and attempting to consume the Moonboy. What the hell, the moon? Is the moon sick? Is she mad at us? Will the crew be able to negotiate the release of the Dinger? How many penguins remain to be met? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes!
Woo! Let's go in. Aaron, before I start, would you like to clarify something?
Sure.
I said that like you're in trouble. You're not in trouble. You just said you wanted to
Are
clarify.
we back in?
We're back in. Yeah.
Also in the recap, we found out that the moon in the dream was not the moon.
Or so the moon says.
Or so the moon said. End of recap. Better than heroes.
Stuck
All
the
right.
landing.
49 episodes, y'all. 49 episodes. So you all wake up. It's the morning here. There's no rolling for anything. K.A.I and Klik, you all don't need to sleep, but have kind of like gone through your routine in this open room that is the second story of what seems to just be a house. You know, there's like a bakery underneath, and you can. You know, you all can have spent time doing whatever you want, really, as you all don't have to sleep. It's crazy. But Flute, Moonboy, and Talon, your NPC compatriot with the mechanical arm, all three of you all raised from your slumber. You've all gotten a full rest here. And Moonboy, I'm going to let you just be totally in charge of how much you want to share about that dream. You don't have to do it right now if you don't want to, but we're just starting the game tonight. You know, in the morning you can hear a bit of bustle as the bakery seems to be busy this morning, and you all can do whatever you would like.
I don't think he's gonna bring it up right away. I think last night he asked the moon immediately, and that was enough for him.
Oh, right. Also in the recap, Moonboy spoke to the moon after his dream. I forgot.
And so I
That
think he just
happened.
wakes up and he's like, "Ugh, what a freaky dream. I had a dream that my shoes were boats, but you could eat them, and then I ate the boat shoes. Oh, and before that I had a dream that the moon ate me.
Oh,
Weird.
it sounds disturbing.
Yes, it was freaky, man.
What were you
I still
whispering
don't
in your head
understand
about?
dreams.
What?
I still don't understand dreams. Do you just live somewhere else?
Yes, it's kind of like, viewing a strange tale through a faraway lens. And sometimes it's happy, and other times it's terrifying.
There are many cultures which believe that dreams are the communications of powerful entities to mortals.
Well, sometimes the dream, the moon has popped into my dreams before. The moon shows up sometimes when we go water skiing or fly a kite and eat pizza or whatever. But this time
Those are about sex.
it was different. What is that? We'll have that discussion another time.
Talon laughs.
This was different, but I asked the moon, and the moon said that it wasn't the moon in my scary dream. So I think we're okay.
I wonder what it was.
Unless it's some other sort of terrifying dream entity. Probably not.
We've been dealing with a lot of dream monsters.
Yeah,
right?
there's those dream eaters. Maybe they're trying to mess with you.
Did you feel eaten?
It definitely tried to eat me, yes.
Oh yeah, dream eater. Eat you in a dream. Weird. I don't like that.
I don't like it either. It was my dream, man. I was supposed to be winning the Super Bowl.
What's that?
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know either, but sometimes...
Anachronism detected. Protocol breached.
I don't know what
Is
it
it
is either,
a
but sometimes I dream about winning it.
Soup contest?
Yeah.
It's like a big...
If you want to have a soup contest, you can just ask, and I
It's a
will arrange
game I
for
could
it.
get into it. I'll show you sometime. It's kind
Oh.
of boring.
Okay,
Alright.
magical item, Super Bowl.
Yes.
Super Bowl.
It's like if you had
Artificer.
soup. This is soup-er. Like
Superb owl.
more soup than soup.
Is today the day we're expecting the captain to arrive with the dinger, correct?
The penguin folk whipper, who seemed to be the person who is mostly in charge here and led you around a bit, though she conceded that you all were in charge, K.A.I. mostly, told you that today is about the day, but there could be more days because they would be traveling with your ship, and she said there is a high level of heat on your ship, so they might have had to do more to stay out of sight. So you're not really sure.
Okay.
We should probably prepare in case the captain shows up.
Yes, I
Suppose
suppose
that's
we should.
true. What do we need to do?
I mean, are we expecting
want
to
to.
fight?
Yeah, Talon looks at you all and says, she's like, yeah, they, it's clear that they have a problem with us having killed 2 of their members, so...
2?
2?
That's what,
Are they seriously counting
Whipper
the
said.
Dream Eater? Oh, that old lady I
Whipper.
punched. The lady I punched didn't die, did they? She?
no. I mean, you did hit an old woman in the face, but she did not die.
She was a
Punched her in her
combatant.
ancient face.
She had a crossbow.
That's true.
I just know that Whipper counted it, so, I mean...
Sure.
So who were the 2 we killed? The Dream Eater and Shark Beef?
And then
Shark beef.
shark beef.
I would
truly can't be counted.
I would like
like
to see if we can get a better read on when the captain's arriving. Exactly. Like if there's any kind of transponder, or if we can get kind of a, because I want to do some spells that only last an hour. So
Cool. So... What do you...
How,
Like-
a telescope to watch if a ship is coming.
Sure.
Radar.
Are you going out and about town? Are you asking K.A.I. about this?
I think I'm bringing it up to the group.
Okay, cool.
I could cast enlarge reduce so that you're big and your eyes are big. You can see further.
That's sort of a crazy
I don't think that's
response,
that
but
works.
All right. Just an
I
idea.
think maybe certainly they've got to have some sort of signal system rigged up for when the captain's coming back, right?
I'm sure they communicate with their captain the way we communicate
Yes.
with us. Let's find Whipper and ask.
It's just
I'm sure she'll be
I can
extremely helpful.
I can be ready, but it's like I have to.
We
I
also
mean,
have to
are we
think of
a
how
fight would be not great for
Not,
the.
I'm not saying for a fight. I can make us.
No, I know. I just mean I'm just trying to think about.
I can
what's
put
going
on
to
a
happen?
show. I can put on a show and show that we're not to be messed around with. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Like a
Maybe
What's
like a
Wizard of
dance.
Oz,
Well,
a big green
I was
head.
thinking I might try my hand at
Some
you know,
acting.
summoning up some bigger creatures. I've pulled some moon bats out kind of on accident one time, but I think this time if I really buckled down and kind of tried to put some of the principles that me and the Moon Girl worked on to work, I can probably pull something out that might, put the fear of monsters into them. He says kind of fiendishly.
Have you patched up your relationship with the guild? The illusion
The Guild of
or
Lunar
whatever?
Elementals.
Yeah.
It's true.
Lunar
you were-
Elementals local
It
214.
it was requested of you that if you were to summon something, that you maybe speak with the representatives first.
Right, that's what my ritual will be in the time that I'm casting the spell. It'll be negotiating with, the
Boy, I sure love that a lot.
the summoning council. I don't really know if they're sort of
That
a
is
customs body.
It's like the best ritual description I've ever heard, but
It's just waiting
Negotiating
on the
with
phone
a-
with PR.
Bat Union.
Yeah, I think it's him. I think it's a lot of glowing and shouting into the hat. Hovering.
Let's find Whipper. I've got some questions about this captain.
Right.
All right.
I'm with you.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's a
Someone
good
else should
idea.
probably do the talking with the captain because I am angry with him, and I wouldn't hate to blow him up and turn him into light for stealing our family, but
Yes.
you know.
Well, I think maybe Flute, you could give him the old Windrider. Really break him out.
Yeah, I could talk to him.
Yes.
You know,
You are very charismatic when you're not scowling. Come on, let's see. There it is.
You might want to, and in the nicest way possible, put a patch over the terrifying eye.
Oh, I like it. It's got the rotating jewel
Yeah,
in
the
there. I
jewel.
think it's cool.
I like it too. Just kidding. Testing you all. We all like
Right.
it.
Well,
We don't.
I'll figure something out.
We don't stay awake at night because that lid doesn't close all the way, and it kind of watches us when we sleep.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Talon-
none of us fear it.
Talon flexes a mechanical arm and kind of like comes over and pats you on the back, and it's like, I think it's an improvement. You know,
I have a
sometimes when our
question.
flesh bodies fail us, we need to make them better.
What a terrifying
Does
way
Talon...
to...
Yep, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Talon.
Oh, you're all adorable. Does Talon sleep like a person?
He said she was sleeping earlier.
she's a human, right?
No, she sleeps
I
like a
has
cat,
sus-
nose to
I have
anus.
suspicions about Talon.
You can do a
A
Perception
watch
check.
sleep roll?
yeah, a perception check. Yeah, you're awake
creep-
all night.
Creep
yeah.
roll?
I'm awake-ish all night. I'm a night creep for sure. I've studied everyone's sleeping patterns.
Sure. I've got a log.
Yeah. Kai and I have
is this
creepy,
weird?
creepy sleep journals.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Sleep
Perception
journal becomes so much
is-
scarier when it's about someone else.
13.
13? Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing odd. Like, she's just as much of a weird sleeper as Flute and Moonboy. I mean, not quite as much as Moonboy, who sleeps in a pickle barrel, but,
I'm
know,
not always sleeping in there.
she does find it... She does find it, you notice her sleeping on her mechanical head arm a lot, which seems like,
Freudian slip. Mechanical head.
no, it seems like that would be very uncomfortable, but that just is like a weird thing more than anything else.
I wanted to kind of on the sly. I want to check that note that I have.
Yep.
See if my question was answered.
I still have all your paper and pens.
But
Yeah,
I just have the note.
Yeah, you just have this note because you've found these notes in your body that have messages on them that seem to be in your handwriting, but you don't remember writing it all, and you've given away your paper and pencil to K.A.I here, and to see if there's any response to your question, even though you don't have a pencil on you, and there is no response. There is no writing on the paper. Flute, are you leading the charge out of here? I know that you said you wanted to go see Whipper, and we kind of...
That's agreed.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to find Whipper.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of trudging up the hill to go see Whipper.
Yeah.
Cool.
Before
As soon as you
we get
go for
to Whipper, can we just start canonically when I'm at night? I am working on producing docile to improve my. It's just like I think it's a coagulation thing. We can talk about it, but
Is this like
Is
your
that what the
resin
substance
saliva?
that the...
it's you have to combine like venom and dirt and stuff, but it takes a while to build up enough to
spend
actually
all
make
night
a weapon.
spitting
Yeah.
into a cup?
Sucking, yeah.
What's
The
she
sounds
doing in
are
there?
haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Just picture poor Kai sitting there
Yeah.
watching this.
Trying to read.
So, want to play chess? No? Okay.
No, you just want to.
It's like a cat hacking up a hairball for 8 hours.
Like
You just
ooze
want to
keeps
spit
coming
in
out.
that hole
Oh,
some more.
what's a troubling cannon?
amazing
Wow.
audio of all of us just hawking loogies. For like,
God almighty.
Yes, Rachel. We should figure out a little system for that, but right now we can just pretty much, in your time, you can be adding to your spit bucket because you make weapons out of it, for sure.
I'm just spitting directly into the bag of holding.
Yeah. everything you pull out now is just covered. Yeah, because you do. You can make things out of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's spitting here?
K.A.I's in hell.
Yeah.
Flute, as soon as you crest the door, out of this bungalow second-story room that you are in, it has this back staircase that leads down. I would love for you to do a perception check.
Oh, not the best. That'd be an 8.
Yeah, you just kind of feel disoriented for a second.
Oh, okay.
It's just like waking up in the same way that when you wake up in a bed that's unfamiliar, you're just kind of like, ooh. When you step outside, you just kind of can't, like this small town that you were in is a cove, this inlet inside, and you can see the rock cresting over, and it's almost underneath. The whole thing is almost underneath of this rock outlay here, and there are vines coming down from it that are far out, that are very intentionally kind of grown over to hide this inlet. But there are definitely like made spots so that sunlight comes through and you can tell it's the morning. But there's just a moment here where you kind of can't tell which way is which, and you just feel a little confused.
I'm all turned around. Which way do we find Whipper?
She lives in I don't know.
At the top
Do we
of
know?
the hill, right?
Yeah, it was like up the hill.
Yeah, no, it's
right.
It's more toward the center square, or there's like a town center, and this is
Wrong.
off of that. But you're right. It's down
okay.
instead of up, but it is just like right in that same general idea.
Up the map?
Yeah, sure.
No, north?
Let's have
is
you
it
do.
north?
Oh, go for
That's
it,
what they call it.
Andrew.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if there's anything weird about the feeling of being all turned around, or is it just a normal feeling of being turned around?
It's just a normal feel. You just kind of feel confused for a second.
Cool.
Because you like quickly get the bearings and you can see where the entrance is and which way the sun is shining, etc. Jordan, would you like to do a perception roll as well, as you kind of
Certainly.
interacted with that moment as well?
The Moonboy kind of
Pussy.
does this and looks under his eyes and does so with guidance.
He just casts guidance on
under
himself to
his
look
eyes.
around when he walks outside.
Yeah, why not, baby? I'll find it.
Yeah, inside.
Good thing
yeah,
I
inside.
did.
I just pictured you.
15.
15.
Like,
You
He
heard
does things with intent. I like it.
You heard people rustling, or like kind of like going in and out of the bakery that's below you before. And when you step out and you're interacting with Windrider and talking about which way is what, and you cast a spell on yourself to just remember which way town is, the spell kind of catches you, and you notice that as it's picking up your surroundings, there is no one. You don't see anyone throughout the streets, and you kind of like peek down. You can look at the bakery below you too, and there is no one in it, and it's closed.
What about
But we heard it bustling earlier.
You heard it before, and it seems like you can see like there's steam on the windows. It seems like it was open recently, but it is currently not anymore, and you don't see anyone inside.
Can we see the
What
docks
time of-
from here?
What time of day is it? Sorry.
It's like 9 a.m., 8 a.m., or earlier than that. Time is weird on when you're on different planets. But it's very, very early morning. Can you see the docks from here? No, you cannot. You can see where they are. You can kind of like see this crest a little bit of the town is in a croissant shape. So it's not hard for you to know which direction to go as the edges of it point to the dock, but
Got it.
can't see it.
I'm gonna send Bessner flying up in the air to a bird's eye view to see if she can see what's going on at the docks, if anything.
Absolutely. So your little mechanical familiar hummingbird just shoots up in the air and can go about to the rock ceiling of it, which is pretty far up, and get a good shot here and see what she can see. If you want to roll a perception check through her eyes.
I would love to.
I imagine since you can see through your familiar's eyes.
Natural 20.
Yes!
Why am I surprised? Why am I ever surprised?
Moon.
You see the dinger.
Nice.
I don't have an
Docs.
explanation. The ding is here. Ship is here. No one told us. Great.
Okay,
Fantastic.
stop. I need to. The Moonboy takes his
Fucking
hat
penguin.
off and looks in it immediately. And he's
Yeah.
going to start negotiations. I'm going to cast Conjure Minor Elementals.
Let's go. I cannot wait to get to moon negotiations with you. Real quick, though, with
course.
since you got a natural 20, Bessner also is just able to see, the little gears in her eyes shift and zoom into the gadgety thing there, and she sees she sees 4 figures sitting at a table on one of the docks that you all were on previously, the middle dock that you were on previously. And the dinger is not docked at any of these docks, but seems to be kind of just like floating, attached by some chains, you can tell, maybe ropes, to each of the docks, but it's not fast up against any of the docks. But there are 4 figures sitting at a table that was not previously there on the middle dock of these docks. And
There's
then
a table set up for some reason. Maybe
yeah.
for negotiations.
After you communicate that, Moonboy, whoom, in there, and you just see this
Speaking of negotiations, give me literally exactly 1 minute. And I cast Augury, I suppose, to summon the moon.
I think if you do not want to ask the moon a augury question, I will not make you expend augury.
Okay.
So you can socially interact with it here, but you cannot
I just figured the moon was kind of, because the last time that little bat fellow came along, the moon introduced us. So.
Yeah, maybe we'll say the moon is napping.
Okay.
And,
how about in this case then? It's a little different than when he sees the moon. He kind of takes his hat off and kind of says some words into it, and it sort of begins to glow, almost as a portal, and his eyes go a little glowy as well, and now he's communicating with this elemental plane or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I like if let's just make the rule that if a elemental being inside of your hat gives you permission to contact it, you can contact it.
Great. Okay, love it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Woo!
And
I give him a moon call.
yeah, moon call.
Hang
There
on,
we go.
it's ringing. It's ringing.
And the difference here is
His
that
nose is bleeding. It's ringing.
the difference here is that the moon is usually the moon turns around, lights up, and this whole sky comes to you. When all of a sudden this is just kind of a whirring toward you, and there is just this bat who's oh, well,
Hello.
oh, it's you.
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't catch you at a bad time, did I?
Oh no.
What was your name again? I'm sorry, friend. I have a terrible
Bartholomew.
memory. Bartholomew, my man, Batman. Listen, me and the gang, we're working on a name. The crew of the Dinger, you know them. They're like heroes, but they're not I don't know. It's better. We need a little help, and I was thinking, something bigger than last time. Something a little bit more, with a little more boost of fazoo,
A mama bat.
Yes, kind of like a bigger, crazy bat that would even help.
I can just give you more bats. I have a really good bat guy. It's me. I'm the bat guy. I could give you. I have a lot of bats that are interested in kind of this more biting work that you've been asking them to do. So
I don't know how much you know about these summonings, but it almost seems like every time I summon something, it's kind of connected with Lunastira, a place that I came from and sort of maybe kind of destroyed. But I've been working with someone from there, and I think that maybe if we can really kind of channel that in, I might be able to pull something through from there, or something that used to be there.
He looks at you and goes, hold on. And he reaches into his, like the pouch of his skin and pulls out a piece of paper and just dips his claw in like another pouch in his pocket and starts writing a couple things down. And he says, yes, okay, so bats not good enough for you. I will pass
Love
the
the
message
bats.
along to
Love the bats. There's only one who kind of sometimes gets on my nerves, but you don't know them.
Oh, do you have a complaint about him? I
No.
can file it for you. Okay, no, okay, well,
Not.
I am from Lunastera. Originally, when I used to have a corporal form.
Really?
Yes, that was
I
a
sort of-
long
I
time
guess
ago when I was just a bat and not an elemental.
Right.
But,
Boy, weren't we all.
there is something that, haunts my dreams from it still. It's something that has tried to eat me many, many times. Would you like
Honestly,
that?
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
If I don't want it eating anyone. I could probably feed it, if it likes that.
I need to ask its permission.
That
First,
sounds
I will
alright.
go and negotiate on behalf of you. Is there anything you would like me to tell it?
Tell it that we love to party and have a good time.
Okay, well, I'll see how that goes. And
Yes.
it disappears, and you're just kind of in this blackness that the only light source is just you glowing a little bit. And Jordan, I would love to have you roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, I would love to do that. Clickety
Shout out Jason Wardell on the synths on vacation.
Vacation synths.
Wow, would you believe that I rolled 7 2 times?
All right. It's still gonna come,
Hey!
but not because
But-
you beat me in a dice roll.
Okay.
So this is just going in my bank. That's all that's happening.
For the next negotiation.
And this, Jordan, if you would like to
You're
describe
gonna
this,
get a bad, you're gonna get a
describe
bad
this
lift
creature?
review.
you're not gonna get it yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
An hour has to pass, right?
Sure,
So let's pause on it for just a second. But in
Well-
an hour of time,
Yeah, it'll basically be this. These are the negotiations. He's like,
In our time of need, this thing will come forth. And
Okay.
party time.
yeah.
and then we have it for an hour, and then it goes back. We're
Oh, what's the casting time?
1 minute.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, golden. Then
Yes.
yeah, we can kind of fudge it a little bit then for like. just
Oh,
for the-
which
yeah.
I'm fine to summon it right now. I'm fine
no.
with that.
Okay, let's do it then.
Okay,
yeah,
great,
hell yeah,
great.
hell yeah.
Yeah. I think as this kind of spell ends, you guys see him kind of and flutter back, and he's like,
Okay, here it comes.
and then out of this floating hat crawls this
Immense, rocky kind of gecko.
It looks like this big, crazy cave lizard. And it's bigger than the Moonboy. It's 2 Moonboys long. And it looks like it's kind of encrusted with rock and stalagmite. And you notice it pops out and kind of... its huge form slithering out of this hat. And instead of falling to the ground, it flaps a couple of big, crazy wings and takes to the air. And we have...
Where's
It's just
this
like-
art?
It's just looking at you, Moonboy. Next week. It's just looking at you, Moonboy. Like,
Whoa. Okay, hello. What the
Oh,
hell?
wow.
Hello. I like
Who's
him.
your friend?
I don't really know. He's from
He's from Lunastira. He seems... I don't know. He's scary, though.
Surely de-escalate communications.
Sure.
Is he friendly? I'll give him a little scritch.
He just kind of like reacts only to you, but is holding eye contact with Flute the whole time. He's just like, and he sees Bessner like floating around and kind of like snips at it a little bit.
No, friend. It's friend. I like him. Rocky. We'll call him Rocky.
I have to go get dressed real quick.
I'm going to run back in the door where we just came from.
Okay.
Far
you want
out.
to do anything else before you head down the docks? I assume you're heading down to the docks. You don't
I
have
am
to.
literally getting to know this weird sky crocodile.
It takes you a while to teach it. If you like try and fetch with it at all, it just like totally ignores the thing that you throw, and it's just like
Sure.
staring right at you. Just
I think he's trying to feed it things, you know.
yeah. It won't eat anything.
He's a professional.
Sure.
This moon lizard
Doesn't
is
eat,
a
doesn't eat
highly...
on the job. You're right.
He's at work right now. This is a union job. Takes it very... He just clocked in right at the end of your casting time.
I'm goofing off.
Come on, man.
Okay, far out.
Flute, what are you doing?
I come, like, I'm inside for maybe 30 seconds, and I come back out in an outfit that transcends the word garish. I have used K.A.I's murderite glamour armor to create an outfit for Flute burdened only by his own imagination. It's exactly the sort of thing that he's been drawing in the margins of his books back in Bard College. It starts with some boots, some black leather boots, and each one probably has 150 tiny gold buckles on them. They would be impossible to put on. When he created them, he dubbed them the Boots of Insanity because any mortal who tried to put them on or off would go insane. And then he has like a frilly black shirt with a black leather vest over that, and the vest is like tool worked with like all of the adventures that Flute and his cohorts have been on, except for instead of being invisible, Flute is like pronounced out there with the sword, sort of like leading the charge. And then it has a black overcoat with gold epaulets, a black cloak lined with golden fur. On the left hand is a gauntlet made from what seems to be dragon hide, like almost sparkling dragon hide. And on the right hand is an archer's glove. He doesn't know what an archer's glove is. He just saw someone wearing one time and thought it was pretty cool. So it has like two exposed fingers.
He's not wrong. I get it.
And then he has an eye patch based on Moonboy's suggestion with a skull and crossbones on it, and then like a black hat with a sweeping rock feather on it with those giant birds, a scarlet rock feather that kind of like drags on the ground behind him.
Okay, so cosplay boots win.
Fucking Uber feather.
Yeah.
Negotiate, man.
Your
It's
move,
your
Uncle
conversation
Brenner.
hat.
This is.
Oh my god.
Boy, you're gonna be the only. You're gonna get a third character art before Klik gets a second one.
Oh my god.
That's Andrew. Great work there.
I
Yeah.
am.
So you all see Flute just like step out in this.
Oh my god.
K.A.I's choked up.
Windrider.
It's so fantastic. You used the murderite armor to achieve this ensemble?
I did. Thank
Oh
you
my
again.
goodness. He hugs Windrider so tightly. It's beautiful. I'm sorry, I ruffled your feather.
It is like it's an illusion that a hand would pass through or not? I'd forget how this
Yeah, it is.
particular item
Yeah.
works. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But
It's not too
Ta-
much. It's not too much, is it?
Talon looks at you and goes, "Absolutely not.
No.
Just you nailed it. Just
Never say that again.
It's exactly too much.
It's I love it. I love your creativity.
As you all are marveling at this, you hear a booming voice that sounds like it could be coming from a speaker in like right next to you all. It kind of like fills up the sky,
Whoa.
and you just hear this voice go, "I have your team. I've got your ship, and I think you should come down here. We have some things to talk about."
All right, we've got this. We've got this.
And I'll kind of grab everybody. I'm going to give bardic inspiration to Moonboy, to Klik, to K.A.I.
Oh.
Guys, on
didn't know
top
you could
of
do
that, I'm gonna No, I can't bless us because I have concentration for the summoned creature.
I'm going to ask K.A.I.
Kai, do you have one of those shots that you gave me before?
I do. I was just
Party dart?
looking it up. I'm going to, as he's saying it, I just, as part of the hug, I shoot him in the neck with a dart.
You read my mind. Wham!
It's already happening, and I will cast Enhance Ability.
Kai, you're kind of
and I will-
terrifying.
Yes, I will give you Eagle's Splendor. Is the name of this strain I have injected you with.
God damn.
And you
is
have
this an
advantage on
indica or
charisma
a
checks.
Sativa.
Oh, it's a
God.
hybrid.
Great. Sweet.
Cool. So if you all head down to the docks, you see no one as you walk. In a place that was pretty bustling before, this
Can I like
small
peek
town.
in a few windows just on the way? I just want to see if people are like cowering inside or if they're mysteriously gone.
You could peek at that pantry, absolutely.
Oh, and right after I release the hug, I'm going into battle, Kai.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation check if you could, Andrew. As you are just walking through town, kind of like poking around.
Oh, I hope these dice turn around. 4.
Yeah, you can't quite get in. It seems like most of the windows are sealed and pulled tight. You'd have to like break a window or something. You
I'm
don't
just trying
see
to
anyone.
look. I'm just
yeah,
like,
exactly.
are people hiding or what? Okay.
You can't find a way to look in. It seems like well sealed. It's not accidentally kind of like partitioned off, but you just can't find a way to look inside.
Wonder where everybody went. Maybe they do this when there's a negotiation.
Sure.
Probably should ask more questions.
How far are we from the captain?
As far as you want to be, kind of as you all are walking down here, it's really only a 10-minute walk. This town is not big, but like physically, but if you take a look, or if you all remember the last map there you can kind of like crest this half moon wall, and you know where the tower was that you all were before. Pretty much when you all want to be at that tower and like start walking in there, you all tell me as you all can kind of like move this train forward. I'm not going to animate every second of you all.
I'll ask Klik.
Klik, do you want to be part of these negotiations?
She just takes her mask off. You don't want me part of this.
Honestly, I think that is being part of it.
I'll keep my -1 out of it.
Our big scary alien pal.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
for
say
sure.
if you wanted,
yeah,
I could make you invisible. And you
I was
could
going to ask.
No, I'm gonna try and use intimidation type stuff, but
All right.
I don't think invisible helps right now.
I could go invisible and try to free the crew or something.
Might not be a bad idea in case the negotiations fall through. We have a backup plan instead of putting all of our eggs in one basket.
A bargaining chip is never a bad
That's a good idea.
something to sneeze at.
All right.
What
I
if
could go invisible by myself. We could just the two of us
What
could
if-
go in there.
Moonboy and I go negotiate, and you two peek around the ship, see if there's an opportunity. Do you have your sending
Alright.
stones?
Yeah. Always.
All right, we have our sending stones too. Do we have any other way to send a message quieter than a sending stone?
I can speak telepathically to you, but it's a
That's
one-way.
better. That's better than me casting message where I have to talk.
Talon's like,
But I could whisper.
you.
Oh, Talon, yes.
Yeah, the NPC, your NPC human buddy who has a mechanical arm. She's like,
Human.
I'll go to the negotiating table with you.
All right.
Talon's got charisma.
Yes, and check this out. And you guys look over, and the Moonboy is now riding this flying lizard. And it's
I think
pretty
we
cool.
look pretty cool.
Windrider, can you make me invisible? Because I am concentrating on your party dart.
Right, I can do that.
I'll put my hand on K.A.I and cast greater invisibility on him. So
Okay.
he can become invisible.
what?
He can
Wow, cool.
fight and use magic.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Great.
Okay. I'm gonna cast regular invisibility on myself here.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I'll remind Klik.
Click. Remember, if you attack anyone who uses any magic, that'll drop right off.
We're just here to get the party free. Well, do our best not to take anybody out.
If you take control of the dinger, then we're out of
I
here.
also have a
Stop
potion
smiling,
of greater
Harlan.
invisibility.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm only laughing at that because Rachel did not convince herself when she said that.
No. Klik will mess somebody up if she has to get through to the party. Are you kidding?
I was like giggling
Don't attack
'cause-
anybody.
I was giggling because I was thinking about making you roll a deception check too, but I was like, I don't know that she's lying, but it
No.
just felt like you were lying to them. Like,
Oh, man.
I mean, shit, like, she doesn't want to make negotiations harder, but she will absolutely attack somebody if she needs to.
And just for the record, I'm going back into infiltrator mode. I mean, I can do it really fast, but just so people aren't like, why aren't you rolling with disadvantage on stealth?
Cool. I'll say.
Well, let's hope the negotiations work. This will be easy enough.
Good luck. I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
You look
I'm like,
fantastic.
I don't know where either one of you are anymore because you're invisible. So I'm like
Yeah.
talking to like a doorknob.
Yeah.
I believe in you too, Kai.
Shaking hands with the doorknob.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Just
like
rattling
give
it.
some pats on the back and like.
All right, well.
Klik will just clack twice in your ear and.
Ah, God!
I'm gonna have Besna ride on Moonboy's shoulder, so I
Yeah,
can
that's fine.
be able to see.
Ooh, that's a good.
Smarty.
smart. You all are really good at D&D. I have to tell everyone this. Like, our show's not just funny. These assholes are also very good at D&D.
we have to
We're
be,
here.
because so are you.
We're here to win.
So, are you all kind of like good with moving forward here? That's
Yeah.
Let's move
Yeah,
forward.
I do
here.
want to walk and talk with Moonboy and Talon, and I just want to try to get us on the same page for our asks for the negotiation. So
Yes.
I'll pitch.
All right, we're going to ask for the
Home for
dinger
a home.
and our crew. Home for a home. No shenanigans. Right?
Love it.
We're not going to ask for any... should we over-ask so we can bargain down to the dinger and our crew?
No, I think, well, I don't know. Maybe I can roll something.
Because it sounds like he's going to make a sticking point to those...
Yeah.
the shark beef and that dream eater. So if we over-ask, we can talk our way down and still get what we want.
Okay.
And Talon looks
yes.
at you and goes, I trust your judgment. I'm following you. I'm here to support.
We asked
Technically,
I'm
Cheza
very taken
killed
aback
the,
by Talon saying that to me. I'm like,
Really?
I'm not-
Oh, all right, yes.
I smooth my 3-foot-long feather.
we ask
She's
we
like,
ask
you,
for
I have an idea. Let's ask
go
for
ahead.
Whipper. Let's tell him we want Whipper as well. He clearly likes Whipper. She does all of his business and his books. He won't want to give up Whipper. And then we negotiate, and then we decide, fine, we don't want Whipper. I don't want Whipper.
Right. I think all right. I trust you too.
All right, let's do it.
Well,
He
we'll
goes-
find out. Maybe
goes,
it's just a
high
handshake
five.
and a formality. All right.
And it's a glowing one, and you have guidance.
Woohoo! All right, down to the
Talon
dock.
looks at you like, oh, okay.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Sorry.
Curse.
Do you even go to school here?
Curse.
You guys keep forgetting about me.
Curse of the NPC, Talon. Sorry.
It's okay.
You'll notice I didn't waste bardic inspiration on you.
Oh, I should mark that down.
Brutal.
I've made too many jokes about that. I was like, I'm gonna let this one slide. So you all can, as you all approach here, I assume that like before you get up to the crescent wall, the invisible crew peels off from the mouthy crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mouthy for talking.
Oh yeah.
And
but
when you
also,
when you
They're the
come up
mouthy
to the
ones, we know.
yeah. When you come up to the
that's our
tower,
name.
here-
Maybe that's our name, the Mouthy Crew.
Okay, sorry.
when you come up to the tower here, you see Whipper out front at the entrance, and she sees you and goes, "Nah, good. I have done my part. Chuz made me promise to explain the diplomatic implications of not meeting you all fairly at the bargaining table to the captain, and I have done that," she says. And then she looks at you and goes, raises her big golden eyebrows and says, "Good luck."
Thanks, Whipper. Hey, can I ask you something real quick, Whipper?
Mm-hmm.
What's your cut? What does the captain give you for your services here?
She looks out kind of like up at the ivy that has the sun that, covers this cove, and looks out, not making eye contact with you, and she goes, "Home for a home." And she just kind of walks back into the tower. And
Helpful as always, Whipper. Thank you.
and I have Aaron's voice stuck in my head saying, "A real George Costanza type, aren't you?" I've just like latched onto that. And I think we're gonna cut to break here. But first, as you all step out here, I'm not gonna make any. If you all step like kind of past this crescent wall, I'm gonna. If you all want to open roll 20 real quick, in case if you want to throw the art up here, I'm gonna show you.
Oh shit!
Very clearly who you see standing, flanked by this woman, a human woman with a tutu on, like a pink tutu on. Also this like lizard folk who is holding some sort of like maybe whistle or flute, who's just like playing on it next on one side of the other side of the table. And you also see a blue dwarf, this like who's holding a big axe and just like hanging out there, and he's just like his whole skin and hair, all of him is blue, and all kind of like pales. Yep, exactly.
Because
but
he
it
ain't
pales.
got nobody to listen.
Dabbity-dabbity.
But it pales in comparison to. It's okay. Stop being funny. I have D&D to do. And it really pales in comparison to the person standing at the head of the
Oh
table
my
here,
god.
who you see who is
Oh,
this
you
purple
dressed
tiefling.
perfectly
Look at
dressed
Holy
for the
shit.
occasion.
So you all see this purple tiefling
Lil
and
Nas X.
with this little tiny dragon flying next to his shoulder, and you hear
He's
him go,
amazing.
"Well, hello. It's here we have things to talk about. Join me," he says, and all of them sit down at this table, and the little dragon kind of like flies over and lands right in front of him at the table, and he says, "Let's talk." And we'll cut to break real quick, and we'll start these negotiations
Wee.
right
The
after.
tail around his arm is so good, Jordan.
So good.
Thank you so much.
I love this art so much. I love
completely forgot about that little dragon when I summoned this creature, and now I feel like they need to interact somehow.
Yeah, Bessner and this
Well, I think
dragon
you
are gonna
out-dragon.
fight or like mate, maybe? I don't know.
With the...
Oh god.
I don't think that's not possible.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Not.
We'll leave it to the.
Let's go to break.
We'll
Get
leave
us
it
out of
to
here,
the
James.
fans.
Get us out of here, James.
Think of those implications over break to our horror.
Figure out. All right, we're back.
Be...
Dragons,
sorry.
So
Oh, we're back.
we're back. That's all that happens on break. Is they
Yeah.
just do that.
We just changed it.
Dungeons, dragons,
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 dragons, dungeons, dragons, 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 dungeons, dragons, dragons, dungeons, dragons.
Okay, there's a rating party.
Jason, can you put that? Jason, can you put that in the next thing you put
We're
out?
going to
Oh.
midnight tonight,
Oh!
folks.
It's the Paradise RPG folks again. Hi again, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us.
up,
Welcome,
everybody?
Raiders.
Just in
So we're-
time.
Came just in time for the main event.
The party is split right now. Klik and K.A.I, you two are invisible, and I would like you to go ahead and place yourselves on the map.
I think we should come up this left dock.
It was
do you
exactly
say?
what I was gonna say.
All right,
Let's
so
do that.
Can we say we've made our way over there?
Yeah, and I'll kind of like
we split up
get
a
to the
ways back.
action of that in a sec. But the party that's approaching this table that has this purple tiefling in a big old pirate's coat with his little pet pseudo dragon on the table in front of him, flanked by what is clearly his adventuring party. You all are approaching, right? Moonboy
Yes. I would
Flute,
like
and
to
Talon, the NPC.
clock this group. I don't want to be greedy and clock them all, but I'm especially curious of this lizard folk playing the flute. Is this... Am I looking at somebody who's might be using some musical magic here? Something like that? Or
You
is...
absolutely can get greedy and roll a perception check for this crew. Moonboy, if you'd like to do it, you can as well.
These
Great.
fucking dice.
You have guidance.
Well, alright.
Use the moss dice, Andrew. They're good luck.
He doesn't roll well with those.
Alright. You lifted
He's
me up
just
a little
talked
bit.
about it.
I got a 13.
13?
I got
Okay.
21.
All right, Moonboy, you've been in plenty confusing situations before that don't quite make sense, but that you've navigated well. This is an adventuring crew who the leader is obviously the captain here at the front of the table. That the lizard folk is absolutely a bard, as you can see there's like a little waver in the air around his flute as he's kind of like giggling between like the little notes he plays. And
Don't like that.
the human is a human woman. She's kind of like younger and has black hair. It's kind of very straight, and she's wearing a tutu in just like leather armor underneath that, and she's kind of just like playing with a knife and looking like just like
Holy
wa-
shit.
waiting for the captain to respond.
Sure,
And
rules.
the other person in this party is just this all blue dwarf who's just holding the big old.
And his skin is blue.
Yep, his skin is blue, his hair is blue, his eyes are blue.
I communicate in a low whisper. This what I've gleaned to be the most important piece of information is he's a bard. They've got a bard.
Right. Keep an eye on him if he's doing any kind of musical magic.
I think he is. He's doing it right now. Look at him. I hate him. I hate this. I hate this song.
Yeah, I hate it too. Well, anyway,
Yeah, I'll approach the table and I'll go give the captain a big smile and be like,
oh, you're on my dock. Can we help you?
Yes.
He looks and he goes, I like it. I like it. He kind of like says out to this guy, and he goes, you have my cove, and I have your ship. What do you say we discuss, shall we? He gestures like to a seats at the table.
Let's discuss.
The Moonboy, astride his creature, is going to begin slowly circling them.
is the lizard folk still playing the music, or has he or she stopped?
He is stopped. He's kind of like with this request, this like gesture. He has gone kind of like, oh yeah, okay, we're getting to it. The captain looks at you and he goes, that one is not participating. He points to Moonboy and he goes like, I would prefer if he came and sat down. My pet is sitting.
He jumps off and lands right here, and his creature continues to circle, which means I would like a token.
Totally cool, and you absolutely can have a token, my man. Hold on just a second as I grab
Whoa! I love it.
token
Did
for
you
it.
see the picture of the
Oh, that
creature
case?
on Twitch?
That case put up? Yeah.
This is
it's
very
very
good.
good. It's very good.
Wait, I'm coming.
Okay, cool. You can have... I'm trying to find a not baddie token for you real quick. Just, you've made so many good tokens. That I just
I'm
wanna give
using
you
the I'm using the gargoyle stat block, so if you wanted to use a gargoyle token, that's okay.
How do we feel about... Oh, I shouldn't get too hung up on this. I'm gonna give you the Naga token if that's okay.
Okay, great. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Yes. The Moonboy drops down, and he says he's not a pet. He's an independent contractor.
He's working right now.
He looks this
That's
weird
right.
lizard looks over you and nods. He's like,
He's also a waxigator. I just learned that.
and now that you have sat down at the table, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Shit.
Oh my god. These dice tonight. I got a 5.
Man, Andrew. Wow.
17.
Okay, hold on just a second. Hold on to your numbers real quick here. As there's no like aggression happening, but it's just he said as you all sit down, he's like, and we are beginning. So, Klik, you got a 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then K.A.I, what did you get?
I got a 9.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I got a 9.
And then Andrew, what did Flute get?
5.
5. All right, and then Moonboy.
Oh, I rolled the 20 on the dice. Is that important?
Boy.
Is that
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
did you
good
break it?
one.
did I break
Is that
it?
bad?
A natural 20.
Yeah,
Great and good.
23.
Great. So now that have initiative order here, when you all sit down, the captain's like, well, we begin. What do you have to offer me? What, you all first.
Father.
And we're going to be going in initiative order here as he's, he kind of, he takes a coin out and he just spins it on the table here, which you can kind of like, oh look, we have a little, you can kind of see a little impression of the table here.
Whoa.
And as he starts to spin it, it spins for a very long time.
Camera.
It just is going and going and going a bit, but he's like,
Coin can.
we only have until the coin stops to decide what's going to happen here. He says, just like smiling real big with his horns
Whoa.
out, and he says, so what do you say? And Moonboy, you're first up in initiative here.
The Moonboy says, you have our ship. We have a dock. We had a trade in mind.
When you say that, the pseudo-dragon that is at the table, this orange little miniature dragon kind of unfurls his feathers as after he landed, and just kind of like out of nowhere, this pile of junk just spills out on the table. And he takes it and he moves it over ever so carefully, gets it out of the way of these negotiations, and then he takes this dice from it, and it just pushes it over to one side here, and you can see that there's like this crack in the table, and he just moves it to one side and then looks at you all, and it's now Klik's turn. You, since you're not part of these negotiations, can do whatever you want as you are moving around here.
Klik is gonna try and creep that's the wrong thing. She's gonna try and creep around this. Okay, so how tall is this green house thing at the end of the dock? What is
It's
it
20
exactly?
feet high.
It's 20 feet high. Can you creep around it? It looks like there's a little bit of ledge there, or no?
Let me double check here. Yeah, I mean, there's enough of it for you to carefully get around. Absolutely.
Okay. She's just gonna move to this corner and try and leap from the dock onto the dinger, which is a 20-foot leap, I believe, from here, which is not a problem for her.
Yeah, easily. Before you do that, I would like you to make a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah. That is 19.
Oh boy, I got an 18. I was like, oh boy.
Come on.
Advantage saved me there.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up.
When you jump across, yeah, you just kind of like move forward. You don't see anyone in and around here, and you just invisible. Just if you weren't watching for it, and in fact, Kai, you kind of like are, and you still only just see this little bit of a shimmer of Klik very gracefully going from here to the ship, and you can see that the ship is attached to all three docks with a chain, and you can land on the deck here. Would you like to do anything else?
I would love to I would like to see where the chains are attached.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Absolutely, you can do a perception check. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Or investigation, I'm gonna say.
Investigation?
Yeah.
I think it's just a 13.
Cool. With the 13, you still. I'm gonna put black, just like lines on the edges here, as there are three chains, and this is where they are attached.
Is that to the like hull of the boat?
It seems like a hole has been drilled, like punched or burst through on the banister edge of the ship, like the lip here, so that the chain could be cinched on. There's like a lock on each one.
So I can get there. So, but we can get it from the deck, right?
Yes, yeah. There's like a lock up there that you could undo, or you could just like rip it out at the side there, which you think you could probably do as well.
Yeah. If I still can on my turn, that would be next turn. Yeah. But... Yeah. I don't have any more movement either, and I'd rather not rip off the one tethering it to the dock that Kai needs to get here. So.
Bye-bye.
That's all I got.
And with that, it's also Kai's turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay. I'm going to. So, how big is this chain?
It's
Is it like
thick.
a big giant chain? Could I walk across it?
You couldn't. Maybe Moonboy, but no, you could not. It's not that big.
What about a hand over hand?
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah, it would be very hard to hide that.
I'm also very weak. I'm going to move to the edge of the dock. First of all. Let's see how far that was. Okay, that's within my movement. I'm going to... Sorry, everyone. I'm going to use my nano displacement projector to teleport myself onto the ship.
That ought to do it.
Well, I'm invisible here if I click. And I want to look around. Yeah, it looks cool, but no one sees because I'm invisible.
Well, with your greater invisibility too. Yeah, it's just like this mist is turning into an even thinner mist, and you just
A mistier mist.
a mistier mist.
Mistiest
Are we
step.
on a patio at brunch? This is amazing.
Not
So,
yet.
and now that I'm close, I can see the chains and the contraption that they've set up here.
It's not an
the
action.
ship?
Is it an action to do the thing, the displacement? And
The bonus action.
bonus action? Then yeah. Then what are you looking for exactly? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I want to figure out what are they doing with these chains? Do they have it rigged to like drop the ship, or is it just we have your ship chained up because we're mean. I want to figure out, like, what are they doing?
Perception. You can do a perception check real quick. Or yeah, actually, you can also you can do a an intelligence check that would be kind of like around tinkering. You know, like around like mechanical knowledge. It's not Arcana. It's more of just like straight up mechanical knowledge. So you can just do a straight up intelligence check.
Okay, well, that's better for me than a perception check, so I'm going to do that. That is a 23.
They have attached it to all 3 different docks, so it cannot be easily taken apart. From like if they were to just regularly dock it like a ship, you could just be there and then like take the rope off the cleats and then jump in and go. And even if you locked it from one spot, with this you have to kind of like, unless you were on the ship, you'd have to go to each individual dock because it's touching all 3 of them.
We are on the ship. And is the ship flying?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not going to drop the ship into the abyss if we undo these blocks.
Correct.
Hey, that's my move.
Quick, jam!
Hey, they stole my technique.
I assume that checking that out was an action.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's it for me.
I'm nicer about checks in combat, but we're not in combat right now. It is now Talon's turn. And Talon, after you say that, Moonboy, Talon leans onto the table and she says, I will tell you where there are more Florial portals if you give me 15 minutes on the ship before you let them on. And she points to Flute and Moonboy. And the captain leans back and goes, ho, ho, ho! I have to say I'm surprised.
Gasp!
Yes.
And it is now Flute's turn.
All right.
Who's also sitting at this negotiation table.
This negotiation technique with the junk, would this be something I've either seen in my time as the Widowers, something I would know from my my desire to be a pirate? Is this like a technique that I might
You can roll a history check. It's
recognize?
a difficult one, but you can.
Okay.
You can do it with guidance. I high-fived you.
It's probably not gonna make a difference with these dice tonight. A 12. So.
no, wait,
Yeah.
I think you actually used that guidance already anyway.
It's in game 2, Flute is baffling.
Okay.
Everybody at the table is just kind of not looking at it. No one seems to be explaining it or talking about it, and that's just it.
But after Talon said that, they moved a piece of junk to that side of the table.
Yep.
Okay.
You have 6 seconds to say something if you like the. We're on the turn of kind of like 6 seconds here, so if you want to communicate with them, you still can after doing that action of like. trying to figure
Checking
this
it out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Well, do you want to trade home for a home? We've improved this cove since you were last here.
He says, the ship for the base sounds good, but you still owe me 2 crew members. And he, again in that loud, magically amplified voice, he goes, X! And Klik and K.A.I, you both see in chains, like wrapped around like rope around their shoulders, all 4 members of the Dinger, Goliathan, Goat, Cobble, and Relic, come out on deck here. And I'm going to place them on the deck, but they are with seemingly holding all 4 chains here. This large, thick-shouldered, tall with a black hood over that has eye holes cut out that just seem to be black inside too. Just like darkness in there. There's no like light that goes in there. That seems to be holding all of these chains. And I'm gonna put them on here in a second. Sorry, I'm going fast as I can. That's right on top of K.A.I. I have to move it real quick. but they are all like in and around here. And they, K.A.I and Klik, I would love for you to do perception checks real quick.
Yeah. 9.
Hell yeah.
12.
Let's go. Yep, they are moving kind of like where they're told to a bit here as they are being guided out on the ship here. And one of them is there. One of them, and Cobble kind of like goes up in front of all of them and is kind of like goes up and stands on the end here, and Goat moves over here, and then I'm gonna put the person who is referred to as X, who's gonna give it to you. I didn't do that on purpose. I just realized that I was doing that. Is that token is going to go right here. And the chain seems to just like spread to all of them, and he does not notice that you all are there. And he says, the captain says to you, Flute, so tell me which 2 are mine now. And smiles real big. Because 2 of these folks are replacing my gone members. And it's now Moonboy's turn.
This is fucking stressful.
I hope he's making that sound in the game too. He's just kind of vibrating.
Just tooth and throat singing.
I'm not good with
Say something.
responsibility. Relic, no, Cobble, no, all of them, no. Maybe we can maybe we can trade you something other than crew members.
Right after you say that, you notice that the pseudo dragon has moved just like another piece of this junk pile to the opposite side after what Flute said. When you said the offer thing, the pseudo dragon like looks up and then takes something and moves it over here, and then it stops and pulls it back for a second and looks up at the tiefling, the captain, and who goes, "What else can you offer us?" He smiles.
We have several relics gathered during our adventures. We have supplies and potions, you know. Surely
he points
you
at
can't
the
expect
he points at
everyone
the
you
spinning
lose in the
coin.
pirating game to be replaced.
He points at the spinning coin on the table, and he goes, but I can't. A home for a home. And he grins real big at you and goes, "You only have until that coin stops spinning. What treasures? What relics? Give it to me." Pseudo dragon is just batting this little piece of metal back and forth in the middle here.
Trying to remember what it is that we have.
I don't want to metagame and tell you anything.
So let's see what the Moonboy remembers of what we have.
What does the Moonboy have?
My stuff. I don't want to give him any of my things. They are mine. The Moonboy says, "We have a helm."
And the pseudo dragon shoves it over here, and the captain goes, "I believe I have another helm," and it's now Klik's turn.
Shoot.
This motherfucker, man. I'm glad that
I was
I'm not
hoping
sitting at the table right now.
I was hoping that they didn't know about the helm.
He laughs. He goes, "Uh-oh. Clever's, that's 2 strikes against you. Clever's not enjoying this. He's a tough critic." He says, smiling. It almost feels like his big tiefling horns get longer when he says that, and giggles. And you see the dwarf kind of like crack his neck a little bit, and he goes, "You get to 4 strikes, and that's not good. That Clever's just gonna fly away, and then we're done talking.
Okay.
Because we don't have a judge anymore."
Yes, I imagine that would be bad for all involved.
Andrew, you missed that if there's 4 strikes against you all, which seems to be the right side of the board, that they're going to walk away from the negotiating table.
Okay. Phew. Sorry, I missed that. So
Klik,
those are
it's your-
strikes. Those are strikes against the other person.
The right side seems to be strikes.
Okay.
Which
if we
he
get
has
4
just now revealed.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking making up the rules as they go along. This is bullshit.
Pirates,
That's
baby.
Did he?
Is
So they
there-
told us. They told us that.
He like in game. He just now told you that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So the chains are just being held by this thing named X.
Yep.
Is it the same
Big
chain or
burly
is it
football player in all black. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Is it the same chain or is it like 4 individual chains?
It is not your action, but you. I will have you roll a perception check. It's a difficult one.
It's 15.
Hard to tell where the chains end and
Yeah.
the chains begin.
You
As
both,
he
you both
said,
do
he
have
has them
bardic,
like wrapped around his arm.
Bardic
bardic
inspiration.
inspiration if you ever want to.
Oh, you
cash
do
that.
have that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's a D8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will. Can I whisper to Goat telepathically? And it's like, we're on the ship. It's Klik. We're on the ship. Be ready. I think I can only speak to one person, but if I can I speak to multiple people? I don't know how much time I have.
If you can only speak to one individual person, I think you can get that off in 6 seconds. Let's say you can give it to 2 people. Let's say you can give it to 2 people.
Okay. I'll give it to Goliathan and Goat.
Cool.
Relic we can pick up.
Both Goat and you see both Goat and Goliathan take a deep breath for what you would know are very different reasons.
Yeah.
But Goliathan nods and
Who did you say? You said it to Goliathan or to Goat?
I said Goliathan and Goat. He gave me 2.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He nods and kind of tips his hat. And can they respond to you?
No.
Okay.
And then I will just use my movement and I guess I'll come up behind this guy.
Okay.
So quietly.
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
So quietly. Please, please, please.
I will use my bardic inspiration. There we go. 22.
Nice.
Took a few dice, but we got there.
Good. I just. Okay, cool. It doesn't flinch, doesn't turn around, doesn't nod. It's very focused on the chains that it's holding.
Loves chains.
I read an ability that it has, and for a second I thought that it could see invisibility, and I got scared for you. But that's not true. That's not true.
Okay, good.
So, great. That's your turn. It's now
Yeah.
K.A.I.'s turn.
All right. Can I see what the deal is with these chains? Would I need to release them all individually? Does he have some kind of central lock on them? Do you have any idea how my companions are being restricted? Can I make the same check that Klik made?
Yes, but I would like you can do it with you can add your tinkerer's tools to this. Like this is kind of like a you can do intelligence. Like this is mechanical.
That's
knowledge
fucking
again.
huge for me, baby. Instead of a plus
While he's
2,
rolling
let's
Colin,
try
I'm a
it with a
psionic
plus
knight.
11.
Colin Cthulhu asked what spell I am using. I am a psionic knight, and I have an ability called I think it's
It's so cool. Telepathic
It's-
bugs
yeah,
are
it's-
cool.
right. Kreen psionicist.
it's-
It's
yeah, I
just the
think it's a
level
Kreen thing.
ability. Yeah.
It's
not
that's
a
a
Kreen thing,
17.
it's the Psi-Knight
This
thing.
17. This seems important, so I'm going to use a flash of genius.
You look at it and you can't quite tell in the mess of chains. He's just like holding it, but you saw them kind of like extend out, and it doesn't make sense for a second. But with that flash of genius, with your just kind of like focus on it,
Makes it a 22.
you can see as he kind of like jerks at the chains to make sure they all know that the chains are taut. You see his neck flex under his hood, here that he has this like black hood over his face, and you can see the ripple of the chains like moving in sync with that, and you realize you can kind of like see a couple of the chains meld into his body for a second, and they are an extension of his physical form.
So not something I can unlock.
Well, not without busting a few heads.
He's a chainomancer.
Ugh, that's so gross.
That's crazy.
This is Hunter x Hunter.
I don't have a good action to take. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's just hard not to metagame. I love split parties, but then I want to be chiming
I'm just
in.
like,
do this,
I don't
do
know
this.
What to do.
Sink the boat!
But I'm not there.
Talon's turn. If you're done with your turn, Kai.
I'm going to cast Arcane Weapon on my Obliterator.
Is that visible? Is the spell visible, or is it invisible?
I mean, I'm invisible, and I get to cast spells without becoming visible as part of greater invisibility.
Okay.
So I think it's invisible, yeah.
Cool. I'll give
Only
it to you right now.
because it's greater invisibility.
Right.
Yeah,
And like, if you become an invisible, it becomes invisible.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. Like, in the same way you would hold an axe and it's invisible. Yeah, that makes sense. I just had to process it. Yeah. Cool.
And I'm going to get, like... I'm going to move on the other side of this guy.
Great.
Do I need to roll stealth?
Yes, with advantage.
That's good. 26.
Sweet.
Great. He's not even, there's no sniff at the air. On Talon's turn, she says, I won't fight you.
Okay.
I just
can I
wanna
say
go-
one more thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my action to be watching through Bessner's eyes and listening.
Okay, cool. Great.
I don't think that actually takes an action, but I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
say
with that
that's what
bonus
I'm
action and doing that makes sense why you would be able to fit that in. I appreciate you.
doing. I'm going to use my action to pay attention to what's happening at the table.
Cool. Fair. I was ready to be like, Klik and K.A.I, you don't know what's happening, but that is good. Talon is like, I'm not going to fight you. You can send one of your men with me. I just want 15 minutes on the boat before they walk on. And
Kai's
she
jaw
gestures up.
drops invisibly.
She gestures up to the crew that is like chained up there too, and she's like, including them. And I'll stay out of this. And
She wants the chained people off. I'm sorry, I'm just.
No,
She
she-
wants to look around on the boat for 15 minutes before anybody else gets to get on the boat.
Yeah, I was just trying to parse the including them, but.
And the captain kind of grins real big, and he moves his trident kind of like around and lays it in his lap here, and he goes, in exchange for the location of one floral portal, is that it? And she says, yeah, and he goes, and if I know of this portal, it doesn't count. And she says, deal. And he goes, all right. And the pseudo-dragon moves something else to the side of the board and then wipes those two away. As it seems like those were part of that agreement. And Talon, and he goes, you may go. And Talon just kind of like looks around and stands up and just crosses her arms.
But she doesn't leave?
Nope, he just kind of nodded her away from the table. He was like, our deal is done.
Oh,
Kind of.
okay.
And she kind of like stands up and is like out of it and like doesn't make eye contact with you all and just kind of like looks up. It is now Flute's turn.
Cool. Would it take my action to use an insight roll on Talon and like get her vibe of what she's? Is she like?
Not on Talon. It will not cost your action to do it on Talon.
Basically, I'm trying to see like, is she betraying us somehow, or is she working her own? I just kind of want to read her like body language. That's a 14.
She's gonna make it. She's gonna make a contested check. Yeah, she. You can't read her because she's not looking at you, and she's just kind of stoic.
Okay.
Unless, unless Andrew has the information, it's just kind of that's where you're at.
Okay. I'm going to look disdainfully at this junk on the table, and I'm gonna kind of lean in, and I'm gonna say,
Captain, I fear you may have misunderstood my eagerness to sit down and negotiate with you. That's not my ship. That's my day job. And those aren't my friends. That's my crew and my boss.
and then I'm gonna gesture to the cove behind me.
But this is something I've always wanted. My very own pirate cove.
And I'll gesture to the cranes and the docks and like,
to me, this is worth more than a ship, and that ship in particular, which is nothing but trouble. And I think you and I both know there's a whole armada of elves out looking for it right now, perhaps in this very section of space. So if you're gonna play hardball with me, negotiating, maybe you should offer me something that I'd actually want, that's worth as much as this code.
How about your life? He says, kind of like standing up and not quite standing up, just like getting up a little bit. He goes like, the only reason you're here is because Whipper informed me that you got excited about maybe involving some bigger forces here. So I'm playing it fair. But if it comes between us, if it comes to blows, home for a home, he points at the ship, he goes, that's not a home. This is my home, and we'll see. He's like, I'm trying to be fair. And you didn't answer my question. He's like, you didn't answer my question. Yeah.
You want this home? Well, then you should bargain for it.
Okay, how about I don't kill you, and I only take 2 of your members then, huh? All I want right now is for you to tell me which 2 of your crew members are mine now, and you still haven't told me that.
Well, I don't think you get either of our crew members, unless that dream eater masquerading as Vinia. You're telling me that was a member of your crew? That's something that I should probably report back to the Portal Rangers, that you had an actual dream eater knowingly in your employment? That's what you're telling me, because that's what you want to trade us, correct?
You ain't gonna tell him if you don't leave here. All I'm doing right now is being fair. He's like, what my debts that I owe? None of your business. What is your business is leaving here with your life.
Bessner flutters over onto the captain's shoulder.
Oh, hi, pretty bird, he says, and like pets her. Hi, pretty buddy.
He likes you.
It is the pseudo dragon moved another piece of junk over to the negative side here, and it is Moonboy's turn.
The Moonboy says, we'll give you 1.
Which one?
And I point at Talon.
He smiles and he's like, I'll take her. She looks like she's got some connections that I need.
Yes, well, she's got some that we don't anymore.
And the pseudo dragon moves 1 over here. And Talon reacts to this and looks at you, Moonboy, and if you make eye contact on, she looks away real quick.
Moonboy does not make eye contact. He flips her off without looking.
And he goes, but that's 1.
Look at her. She's a twofer. She's got a big crazy arm. Look at that thing.
Slap it on the hood.
I still need something else, he says, just kind of like ignoring you and looking at you like you're like like he's an adult and you're a kid.
From me, I get to do 2?
No. He's like, you got a good one. That was a good one. And he says, but he's like, I'm still missing something. I left here with a shark beef and my portal buddy, and I don't got him anymore. So I'm feeling a little bit, but I'm still missing something. And with that, it's Klik's turn, real quick. Sorry.
I said 1.
I don't. Man, we're over here, and I don't know what to do. I don't think Klik doesn't know what's going on over there.
I'll be back after.
No.
Those pings are amazing.
It's
Can I guess I ready an action
Sure.
for I don't know. I don't know what the trigger would be. Somebody attacking.
Yeah, you tell me. I mean, you absolutely can decide.
Yeah, I think if
I bit my tongue.
well, that's my trigger attack. Yeah, it's so stressful. I don't. I can't. Yeah, I'm
D&D,
just gonna.
where stressing your friends out is successful gaming.
It's so stressful. I'm just gonna ready an all-out attack on X here, in case we hear commotion. Is that close enough that would trigger?
Yes, but if something vague like that, I will get a chance to, if something goes off and it's not the trigger and you don't have access to it, exactly what it is, you will have to roll to know if it's the right kind of commotion.
Sure.
So,
yeah,
that's cool. I don't know that will happen.
I think that's.
Cool.
I think
a risk you're willing to take. Yeah.
We'll hold We'll hold an action and until she is told otherwise or sees us.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Klik has gone into a lot of fights, just immobilized immediately. So if she's a little trigger happy, that makes sense. Yeah,
she's a little trigger happy.
Yeah.
We need one more person to trade.
Kai, it's your turn.
Oh, don't say that.
Listen.
So
there's another person up there.
What?
X.
Oh.
Capture X, trade him back. Take him.
I don't think that's going to be a fair with that situation,
I would just have to attack him.
Knife to the throat usually slows people down.
What can I do here?
I'm going to. I think Klik can take this guy. I'm going to move to the edge of the ship.
Okay. Klik, I also didn't make you roll for stealth because you're invisible behind him and not moving.
I haven't moved.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to roll for this because I'm moving. I'm stepping over his chains and shit.
Yeah, you're having to move around the chains. So I will say, I did not draw the chains on here, but between him and the person is a chain. So if you cross over that, you're gonna have to roll your stealth check at straight up, not advantage, because it would be at disadvantage to kind of cross the path of the chain.
Really?
Yeah, because it just takes some extra. I'll let you roll a acrobatics check for it for sure. If you want to try and limbo. I'm
gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm going to, instead of teleporting from the front of the ship to behind the guy, I'm going to teleport onto the dock and creep up behind him.
And this is your.
I have enough movement to do that. It'll use my bonus action and my movement.
And this is your Artificer ability, right? It's not a spell.
Yes, not a
Okay,
spell.
cool. Okay, cool. So there's no verbal components.
Although I'm in greater invisibility, so I would be able to do it anyway.
Not, I mean, with verbal components, you still, if you were sitting right next to someone, you still like have to say
I see.
something.
There's
So, yeah.
not a verbal component to this.
Welcome to Nitty Gritty D&D.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter all the time, but sometimes it really does.
I'm here
Yeah.
for it. And I have enough movement
I
to
know.
get right behind the captain.
Okay, cool. Because you have the knowledge of what's going on the table. You can walk over, or you can kind of like get over here and just, again, just invisible to invisible. You know, misty mist, just moving around silently and quietly through the
Do I
situation.
need to roll to move from the edge of the dock up to behind him?
Absolutely. You don't have to roll a disadvantage, but you can roll. I mean, you could just roll with advantage because you are invisible.
First roll, not good. Oh my god. I rolled a 4 2 times.
Oh!
Use your bardic inspiration.
Hang on. I gotta do math, and that takes me a long time.
Everyone, just relax.
Oh, that's an 11. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Wait, why is it an 11? Because of your.
It's a D8.
Modifier.
Because my stealth modifier.
Oh, I see.
You rolled 4 on the die.
4
2
Got
times.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your stealth is +7. Holy shit.
My
It's
stealth
bigger
is
than my
+7.
stealth. It's
I'm a
insane.
stealthy fellow.
He's wearing that stealth armor.
Yeah, he can like change his armor. Yeah.
Okay. That is going to bring it to an 18.
Oh, the kid.
Bro.
Thank you for that bardic inspiration.
Harlan.
Let me. I gotta check with this perception.
Harlan.
I gotta check with this perception. I mean, like
Harlan.
the dice tell a story sometimes. Yeah.
Please, we're in
gotta-
agony.
I had to check what his perception modifier is because it makes the difference here. Because I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Oh, fuck.
So just let me.
So he would have to have a -2 modifier?
Yeah.
Oh wait, but that sort of seems like cheating now that I know what he rolled.
No. What is it? Go for it. What do you got?
I could theoretically flash of genius, but I'm supposed to do it before I know
Yeah.
anything. So
I think that is.
I'm not going to
specifically-
even try and do that.
Okay,
Because
so this is for
feels wrong.
perception.
Come on,
he's got-
minus.
No, you're killing us.
He's got a +3.
Oh, God!
Do I
figured-
sense him notice me?
Yes, because he goes, "You fucking cowards."
I'm going. Can I say
Here
something
we
to
go.
him?
Yeah, go for it.
You think we are playthings for you and your little board? How about you and me?
He turns around and he goes, "Drop it." Just he like turns around looking at nothing. Goes, "No, actually no. You know what?" He doesn't say that. He turns around and he grabs Bessner and holds Bessner in his hands like cupped
He
like
disappears.
This.
And then reappears on his other shoulder.
And he goes, "Okay, pretty bird. What is this offer?"
If you can kill me, you can continue your little negotiation.
He says, he's now standing up at the table. All three of his like
I would
buddies-
drop invisibility, but I'm not the one who cast it.
Yeah.
If I could talk, can I talk out of turn, or do I have to wait for my turn?
No. This is quite the tense moment. That's like the coin is still spinning on the table. It just it's gone like unnaturally long, and he goes,
or
you
if-
you cheated.
No, he didn't. You're making up the rules as you go along. We didn't meet here on an even playing field. You're playing little paltry games with little paltry stakes, so let's up them.
Okay.
Or,
I will say yes.
if you don't want to, we will trade you a family for a family. I will not destroy your little family if you let mine leave.
The creature screams out in the distance as it circles.
I did not drop the greater invisibility.
The pseudo dragon just kind of like puts both hands around all of us and just moves it to the negative side, and kind of like cracks its little dragon neck, and just like a little bit of flame out of his mouth, just kind of sneezes it, and he goes, "I am so unafraid of you." It
The dragon says that?
No. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
The dragon was the. We got Kaiser Sose!
The captain's like, "I am so unafraid of you. I feel sweet joy. It feels like honey on my mouth." He said, he just like turns around and like puts his trident over his shoulders and is kind of like looking around, like knowing you're around there somewhere, but not quite knowing where to look. And the other people in his party have not gotten up from the table yet, but they're watching Flute and Moonboy very close. They're kind of just like hungrily looking at you a little bit, but he's kind of like leaning back, has his trident over his shoulders, and he goes, I will take this duel with you if you tell me, if you choose which crew member I kill right now. Because if you don't choose, no deal, and I'll just choose."
I'm not here to play games with you.
I am. I am here to play games with me and you.
You can have me. I will be the second crewmate if you can kill me.
You will willingly join my crew?
Maybe.
Maybe no.
Are you lying?
I'm not saying that I'll join his crew. I'm saying over my dead body.
Okay. He says, no interference from them, just you and me.
Farewell.
He's smiling, looking at you, and he puts his hand out, puts his trident on the ground, and reads it, puts it toward the air, toward nothing, just like out in the middle of the open. And he goes, "A home for a home."
A home for a home.
You shaking the hand?
I'm behind him, so.
He's like, "I'm waiting, little bird."
Besner flies into his hand.
He looks down and he goes, "I'll see you tonight. You can keep your home that you are staying in if you like. They stay with me until then. The ship stays with me until then. And you will not be bothered. You all can
I
take
think we
your
should do
space."
this right now.
Oh, eager! "I do owe a debt first." And he goes, 15 minutes. He points at Talon, and he juts his thumb that way.
No. I don't think so. Right now.
He goes, Iker.
Sorry, my
This is
cat's
such a
rolling
fucking.
20s.
This is such a bad idea.
I wish I could. I'm taking all my self-control not to speak up.
I mean, we've gone definitely longer than
Flute-
one round.
Flute can like
Feels like we're out of initiative.
Yeah. I will say this is the point where like I wanted to get X down like in the turn, and now they're kind of like going back and forth. So if like Flute would just interject here, you can interject here. Go for it. Yeah, both you and Moonboy, and Klik if you want to.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
But
yeah.
yeah.
I'll butt in. I'll be like,
Captain, that's K.A.I. That's K.A.I. Look, I haven't left the table yet. We could still come to a deal. I think we've traded one for one. Answer me this and answer me this truthfully, Captain, because Chuz told us this was in fact true, and then we heard it from Shark Beef himself. Shark Beef died, returned from the dead to life, and then when I saw Chuz shoot him dead, he said he would return again. Shark Beef returns to the living after he dies. Is this not true?
and I'm gonna like look at him with my one eye.
He says,
And for
Those-
that matter, Chuz killed Shark Beef, not us.
hey, when your breakfast is missing, you're still hungry.
That's
not bad.
That's deep.
He
Did you pick
looks
that
at
up at Denny's on the way over here?
yeah. Brett's
Answer me.
actually.
Does he come?
Yeah.
Does he come back to life or not?
He goes, the Queen pulls him back to somewhere. Yes.
So we can categorically say he isn't dead.
He's not mine anymore, though. He's not in my crew, and my crew is at a deficit. Plus, you have already hit 4 strikes. You cheated. You lied.
I haven't lied
is-
about anything. Nor have I cheated. I've been sitting here at the table. We killed one person here, the Dream Eater, and we've given you Talon, who's quite capable. That's a
Yeah, she's like-
serious trade in your favor.
Person and a half.
I would never have negotiated that trade. You've got a
got
good deal
Iron
right
Man
now. You can go sleep in your own bed. You can have your coat back. We'll hop on our ship. You'll have Talon. She'll tell you where every Florial portal you want to know is, and we'll be on our way.
All of them. That's all the Florial portals she knows.
Or you could
forget one.
you could take your chances with K.A.I, who's not even alive in the first place.
Oh, I will win that fight. This is brave of you to do for your friend, whose life you might have saved. He looks at Bessner and is like, pretty bird, you may live to see another day. But he looks at you, Flute, he goes, I want the ship. I'll give you another ship. I'll take your deal if you give me the dinger.
You just change the deal. Home for a home. That's our home. That's the deal. I'll give
Ship
you
for a
another
ship?
cove. I'll give you another cove. I know of a deserted laboratory, mind flay laboratory you can have as your new base. How about that? That's a new deal. We'll take this cove.
He like looks mad and a little flustered. And I specifically was not trying to avoid persuasion checks in this, but I think that like you have him. I think you've done the work of like bobbing and weaving here to do a persuasion check. Contested check.
Okay, I've still got K.A.I.'s magic dart flowing in my veins.
Sure do.
Boy, I should have had a
dice.
dice cam for tonight.
I
just
swear
rolled a
to God.
19.
Are you
Oh,
fucking shitting me?
Oh my word!
I just rolled a 19. It's kind of like meaningless to pick it up, but like, we gotta
believe
get a
you.
dice cam in here for this.
I believe you.
What'd you get?
I rolled 2 8s, so I got a 13.
Oh, that's so strange.
He throws the trident back over his shoulder and he goes, I like his deal better. You and me, pretty bird. You and me. Right here, right now. No
Can I-
15 minutes.
Do
He's
I
like, not
still-
even that?
Do I still get a turn? Says the Moonboy.
Yeah, he said that we could kind of butt in whenever we wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Moonboy says, "How about deals off?" And he flips the board and shoots into the air and bursts into moonlight and casts slow.
Cool.
That
Absolutely.
is- I mean, I know we're out of combat, but that would trigger Klik.
When you
hit this guy.
Oh boy.
when you see it say the deal's off and burst up, you're not gonna get the spell off here, as they are itching for a fight. But you absolutely can initiate combat here,
it's on.
if Moonboy wants to. Cool.
That's
well,
fine.
we will
Moonboy
pick it up.
initiates combat.
Oh boy.
Moonboy, let's say Moonboy bursts into Moonfire and screams in 1,000 voices, "No deal!" as he lets a spell fly through the air.
Hell.
Mendel is like, okay. Okay.
There it is.
Get out of here.
And with that, like, as you start to burst up and there's this bright flash of moonlight, everyone jumps back from the table. You know, the dwarf pulling out like a the focus and like grabs this little flute, and you hear atop the ship just a that like echoes loud, and you hear kind of like all the chains tighten just a little bit, not an effect, but just like dramatically. And we will pick it up for our 50th episode.
Oh boy.
In
We all died on our
combat.
50th episode. I think Flute is just sitting as everyone else jump for the table with a very sad kind of expression on his face. Seeing it all go to this
As
pirate
his-
negotiation
as his big feather wilts.
go. Yeah.
all of the buckles unbuckle just like
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Destroying.
Man, I was like that persuasion roll. I was like, man, this is.
The dice, I
was-
thought they'd turn around on me tonight, but they never did. They never did.
Yeah, the negotiations have fallen through, have they not?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
They
how
were
many charisma
not
points-
negotiating in good faith. First of
No,
all,
we
they were
didn't
fucking with us.
know. Well,
Also, anyone
We
who's
were
like friends
supposed to
with
bring
a
a
Dream
gift
Eater,
here
let's
in the
kill them
first
and take their
place.
cove anyway. I want a pirate
well,
hideout.
but
Fuck
also,
them.
you know, I've never eaten dreams. Maybe it's the type of thing that you can't stop. You know, maybe
Arlen, how big is
the
this
Dream
chain
Eater was
guy?
here drying out.
I can tell you exactly. I'm pretty sure he's a regular sized humanoid, but I just want to be
Okay.
100% sure. He is a medium humanoid.
Okay, thank you.
I'm excited to see what you do with that information. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody, for our most stressful session of this game.
Thanks for everybody who jumped in from the raid. Welcome. If this is your first time to the stream, next episode is our 50th episode, which is going to be a big one. We're going to have some giveaways, so make sure you're following Better Than Heroes on Twitter and Instagram. Get in our Discord if you want to talk about D&D, Better Than Heroes, dice, all manner of things. But also there will be giveaways. So get to our
I'm going to
link
be
tree,
giving
make
away
sure you're-
these fucking hands.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away Andrew's dice. Is what we're gonna be giving away. So
To the
Expensive
loser.
ass
is
dice.
terrible bad luck dice. But we've got some exciting
Oh
stuff
my
on the horizon
God.
for you. So thanks so much for hanging out. One more shout out to Big Top Productions, who makes this all
Big Top.
possible. They help us pay for awesome things like
Top.
Jason Wardell, who has been live soundtracking this episode. Jason on the keys.
Ones and twos.
Jason
And,
Wardell switched it to party mode at the end. Did you hear that? Was amazing.
Absolutely, I'm listening right now.
The versatility of this guy, I tell you.
And one more time for our stream director, Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions.
Yeah. I forgot that we started that last week, Jordan. Yeah. Yeah, Jason's his laser, right? It's like pew pew pew, and Casey's his.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
We'll see you next week for our
For
big,
a great big fight.
for our fight with the bear that we poked.
They poked the bear.
You're
Oh
right.
boy. I like a party on party fight. You know? Where
Yeah, totally.
It seems
These
like
guys,
these guys were on their own campaign and they just like
truly, these
came to the cove.
guys are worse than heroes. We met up with them. Finally. They're like evil us's.
Yeah. Worser than heroes.
Worser than heroes. Also, follow me right here on Twitch, guys. I'm Razor Lou. Go follow me. I'm going to play Resident Evil Village in the dark, and you can scare me by playing channel points. It works every time.
It's pretty fun. It is really fun. I love that when you turn the lights off, Jordan. It's very fun.
It's going to be pretty scary. I'm less excited than I was about it before I saw a bunch of gameplay, and now I'm like, oh no, my horrible sleep pattern.
Don't follow me anywhere, because I'm on edge, and I'm going to be shooting at shadows. Oh my god. I'm stressed.
Listen, I don't know that we have the upper hand, but we definitely don't have the lower hand.
We've got 2 hands. I have 4.
We've got hands.
Real quick, before we go, is everybody good? I feel like I yelled a lot.
No! No!
Let's do it.
I hate
Marlon,
this
you've
pirate more than I've hated any villain in this game. I
Yeah.
fucking hate this guy so much.
I mean, yeah.
Good bad guy.
Everyone
got
should
swept
all.
up
You know,
in the
bad guy.
drama of your own game.
yeah. It's a thing you should. That's why you always should talk to your friends about
Sure.
what is okay and not okay in the game. So then when you yell at people in game, it's fun and not
Oh, it's
bad,
good.
right?
It's good negotiating.
Yeah, it was great.
I really liked the table in the weird system. It was very cool.
Oh
Very
yeah,
cool.
I have to give a shout out to Joshua Smith. who made this map, who made the map that you all saw tonight. But he also has been running. He's running a Tomb of Horrors game that's very rigorous, and he got my brain clicking. And I called him last night. I was like,
Nice.
Josh, how do I do a negotiation scene that's high stakes? And he was like, well, maybe you should do
Nice.
this. And I was like, okay, cool. So this is all Josh's fault.
It's a good idea. Shout out.
Very good.
I just wanted to make sure and give him that credit. But
Yeah, it was a
The
very
The little
cool
board of junk is
component.
part of what made me hate the guy more. Because, like, having a negotiation where you're playing with little fucking toys that nobody else knows the rules to, like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna turn you into fucking goo. Oh my
What
God.
crazy 50th episode this is gonna be.
It's going to
Yeah,
be wild.
TPK.
I'm gonna take that little clip of Aaron saying that right there and just put me in front of it, being like, Aaron, what is being a dungeon master? And it's just gonna be Aaron being like, playing with little fucking toys where no one knows the rules, pushing them back and forth.
Fuck you.
I
you
hate
guys-
this pirate captain.
Do you guys feel like doing a raid?
Oh yeah, let's do it. I can
Let's
do it.
pay forward this raid, huh? There's a couple of people on Just Off the Six. He's a photographer friend of mine. Shoots
Yeah.
a lot
Absolutely.
of comedy photographs. My pal Running Meats is just getting started. She's playing Resident Evil.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
We're gonna
do
do it right now. Case, if you want to roll the credits, we'll get out of here and we'll hang out in
Thanks,
the chat
Big
for a second.
Top. Thanks, Case. Thanks,
Big
Jason
Top.
Thank you,
Wardell.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks,
you
Harlan.
guys.
We love you all.
Bye.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.